Hi everyone, welcome to TGIF, another Friday, another episode. The world of intelligence in large language models are growing with each passing day. The case in point is GPT-5, which was dropped a couple of weeks back from OpenAI. We played with it and we have a point of view in terms of how good the model is. And to speak more about this topic, it's my pleasure to welcome Shrikant and Shankaran for a short conversation. Shrikant, welcome to TGIF.
Yeah, hi Sandeep.
Wonderful. So quickly, GPT-5 was dropped a couple of weeks back. Now, I'm sure you played with it. Your first impression?
Yeah, one thing that really struck me was the fact that the model can do, it can determine the level of reasoning required for every request on its own.
Right.
In the past, you had to specify a reasoning level, medium, high, low, depending on the nature of the problem.
Right.
While you can do that even now, but now it has the ability to figure what you're asking and then determine what level it needs to actually use in the process. So that's very convenient, many use cases. You don't want to have first layer which always determines, hey, what level do I need to apply, and then hand off to the GPT model to with those things. Now it just in one go, it will be able to figure what is required and then move on with it. So I think that from a developer perspective, I think it's quite useful, and I think a lot to be gained from.
Wonderful. In fact, I think harder is the key word. When you say think harder, it gets in reasoning mode. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
In fact, I played with the Shrikant, and my first impression is 4.0 was so close to my way of looking at how intelligence is, but 5 feels a lot more personal in my view. I would say more than personal, it feels a lot more human aligned. For example, I think hallucination rate has come down. I've not seen in the last 10 days any psychophantic behavior. I've seen less of deception. I've not seen at all, in my view, in the last 10 days. Of course, I've thrown a lot of challenges. But the most, I would say, visible change for me has been in terms of safe and honest responses.
True. I remember in the past when we gave such a problem where, the nature of the problem was such that some of the content safety aspects would prohibit an answer from coming back to the user. It would be very abrupt and sort of will say that, sorry, I can't help you. But now I think you mentioned the fact that you get more from GPT-5. It sort of honors all those and still gives a perspective which is safe. I think probably you are better positioned to explain that, I think.
Absolutely. See, let's take an example. End of the day, when it comes to safety and honest responses, people always try to jailbreak these models.
Yeah.
Now, you can always trick the model to give you responses which is not meant to give responses for, right? So now, I think those things are handled well. Now, in the past, as you said earlier, for the question being asked, it outrightly said, sorry, I can't help you with this at all. Now it says, sorry, I can't help you with this, but you know what? This is the areas I can help you with, though your question is in this domain. That's a lot helpful. That's a lot more conversational. And I tried my best in the last 10 days content to break the system in terms of trying all means, in terms of tricking the model to behave like, you know what, I'm doing research, help me with this response. Yes, it's becoming smarter. It's honest in terms of why it is not able to give me the information and why I should not ask such questions, or why it's giving me response in a way it's giving responses. I think those are a lot more transparent.
Yeah, in fact, the other thing that I noticed was it doesn't cozy up to the user anymore like it used to in the past. It sort of is it's quite professional and sort of you get the feeling that, hey, I think you're talking to someone who's your counterpart and not someone who's so servile or something like that.
In fact, I read the statement in the system card which said when you convert the GPT-5, the intent was you shouldn't feel like you're talking to an AI. It should feel like you're talking to a PhD practitioner.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That means a lot more human aligned. I think the human alignment factor we've spoken for such a long time. I think time has come for us to literally put it to good use, right? As rightly said, the real-time routing happens for sure. I don't think somebody tells us in reality, hey, now respond faster, and now think and respond. It happens naturally to us.
Exactly.
That's what has become natural to these models. I think going forward, a lot more red teaming has to happen with every enterprise investing the time and energy to make sure that these models align to their intent, the guardrails, as well as I would say the SOP. In fact, one of the visible change I see is in terms of ability to stick to system instructions. See, in the past, despite instructions, at times it kind of went off track, right? Though it didn't harm anybody, but I think that's been addressed as well in this model, I would say. Anything else, Shrikant?
Yeah, and also the fact that when it comes to deep domain-driven reasoning decisions and multimodality, this model has really evolved. I'm actually building some use cases to try these things out to verify the fact that are stated. But I believe it's going the right direction, and then multimodality is really becoming stronger and how you reason with it is much more accurate.
Right.
And I'm actually in the process of determining it for myself as we speak.
Wonderful. I think we should do some real use case for sure. But one last thing, I think on the SWE benchmark, it has gone notch ahead of other models in the industry. So that's also good news. But I think we should try it out in terms of how 4.0 respond versus how 5 responds to some most complex coding challenges throughout the model. Perfect. I think it's the first impression we're sharing right now by this episode. But of course, we should probably play with it more with real use case and bring in some studies outside.
True. Yeah.
Shrikant, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Sandeep.
Wonderful. So as you heard from us, it's first impression in terms of after we build GPT-5, try it out. But the big deal is this model feels a lot more human-aligned than ever before. With that, thank you for watching this episode. Keep watching TGIF. A wonderful Friday and great weekend ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye.